Let me stop. Y'all know I'm silly. Anyway, hi you guys. This is AL Think Madame. I hope y'all have been having a wonderful weekend. For some, the weekend just began. Mine started Friday. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The Lord knew I needed it. He knew I needed it, y'all. I'm so tired of my spirit. But anyway, I actually had a pretty good week despite how I thought it was gonna go. So I'm actually glad about that. Um, y'all, I have a few things that I want to discuss with y'all. So this is going to be a thoughts video, and I know that I have not done a thoughts video in quite some time. And I feel like I'm gonna go back to the old me. When I want to do something, I'm gonna just do it instead of saying, oh well, no, they might not care, or they didn't seem to care that much. No, if I want to do it, I'm just gonna do it. So anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna try to go from the, I don't want to say least interesting to the most interesting, but that's the only way that I can think to put it at the moment. But yeah, you'll understand once you see the order in which I put it. Okay, y'all, so I don't know if y'all are aware that Tokyo Vanity is a single woman now. For those of you who don't know her, she is the woman who did that song, That's My Best Friend, That's My Best Friend, yeah, you better, and she has been on the Atlanta franchise of Love and Hip Hop. And yeah, she's out of Louisiana, all that stuff. But yeah, anyway, she was dating this dude. Apparently she lost her virginity to him and all this other stuff. And it seemed like, to me at least, not long after all that happened, the relationship fell by the wayside and they weren't together anymore. Now, I had heard rumblings that they weren't together anymore, but I was like, oh, well, I ain't heard her say nothing yet, but okay, let's see what's gonna happen. So eventually she actually put out a statement on IG, and she was like, it's true, we not together no more or whatever, and I understand y'all are concerned about me, but y'all ain't gotta ride for me. I'm good, I'll be all right. Things happen, and the DMs that y'all send me of like proof of him doing whatever the things are that he's done to her, she says, trust me, I have seen everything that y'all are sending me. So no matter what he's done, I'm pretty sure I've seen the receipts already, so you don't have to send any receipts to me, because whatever y'all have seen, I've seen it too. So they're not together anymore or whatever. And she was basically like, just respect my privacy, and I'm a heel and I'll be all right, I'm good, cool. Y'all, couple of days later, something comes out stating that he has a new girlfriend who is pregnant with twins. So everybody went crazy. Everybody was like, really? And of course, when things like this happen, they are going to bring up the last person associated with them, or the most popular person who was associated with them at some point in time, because I don't even know who the heifer is. I don't know if they ever mentioned what her name was, but I just heard that he had a new girlfriend. Cool, y'all. Anyway, come to find out, old girl, sometime within the last 5 to 7 hours, came out of nowhere and was like, yeah, so I'm not pregnant with twins. I have, like, she tried to make it seem like it was relatives, whether it was cousins or nieces and nephews or whatever, that are twins. And everybody was just like, you really did all this for clout. Like, you took your time to come and correct people, and you knew what you were doing. They basically were like, you knew what you were doing, you did this on purpose, and you really tried to make people think that you were pregnant, and here comes some controversy trying to get your name out there because you're associated with her, now ex, and you doing all this for clout. So I don't know, y'all. The comment section was killing me, y'all. Wait a minute, because I had it pulled up. I had it pulled up because everybody was going all the way off. Hold on, I'm gonna put it right back up. So on the shade room, here it is. At least the one that is actually posted on IG. Stop hashtagging Tokyo. Y'all had no empathy at all, which I do agree with, because you could tell that she was hurt, even though she tries to play like she's just not fazed by stuff. She's actually admitted before on the show that, you know, she kind of is a big baby, or can be a big baby, and she just wants to be, you know, treated a certain way. Let it be fair. Y'all, people talking about some, she knew TF she was doing, scallywag, foot dragging behavior, took. She knew what she was doing. Y'all so messy. Somebody said, on Mufasa and them, we don't care. Why he on here, we don't care. We don't play about Toke. Like, a lot of people really don't. A lot of the fans really be setting it off for her, for real. But yeah. Everybody is really setting it off, talking about this person really only wants attention. So y'all, I'm done with that. But to me, this makes a great segue into the next topic, which is Mariah from Married to Medicine. Y'all know that she is like an executive producer and an actual castmate. Well, was an actual castmate, because for months she has been waiting to see if she was going to receive her renewal letter, and she has received nothing. She actually went live Thursday afternoon, I think, when I got off work, and she went live with the Jasmine brand. I got the notification. Apparently they had already gone live and something was going wrong, and they got off and got back on. So that's when I got the notification. That happens to me a lot. I don't know if it's something I need to update or whatever, because I be behind and late on stuff. But anyway, I saw the Jasmine brand was going live. So I was like, oh, this is the first time I'd be able to see him go live. Just so happened to be her doing an interview with Mariah from Married to Medicine. So she was saying, yes, it's true. I still have not received my letter. It seems as though they are pushing me out. This is not fair. This is a platform, and this is something that, you know, I've worked hard for, and I'm trying to show people that, you know, there is a positive side to, you know, you working hard and all this other stuff or whatever, y'all. So she was, of course, asked, you know, do you feel like there was some bias, especially given the fact that you have been able to prove that you weren't doing drugs and all this other stuff. And on another show, on another, no, it's on the same network, on another show, which of course is The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Phaedra was immediately dismissed once she had those claims put out there stating that, you know, Candy was out here raping folks, you know, drugging people and raping people. So she was just like, you know, yeah, I do feel like, you know, that was somewhat of a double standard or whatever, because for that situation, you would think that Quad would have been dismissed as well, because she's the one who made the allegations about Mariah being on drugs. So she was like, everything was still, you know, I was still able to prove that I have not been doing drugs, because she actually did a hair follicle analysis. I don't know if y'all ever saw that, but yeah, I used to have to administer drug tests to people when I was a social worker, and yeah, a lot of people be doing the most. One of my clients used to do the most. She used to buy the shampoos in order to shampoo her hair with after she'd been doing crack and the most, and like, I'm looking right in her eyes and her eyes are yellow, and I'm like, ma'am, your eyes are glazed over and everything else. It's like, why are you so smart that you want to do everything in your power to do drugs and not just do right so that you can get full custody of your child back? Because the case was passed on to me, and her child was in the custody of her mother. It was her mother who had legal guardianship of her grandchild, basically. And she stayed on drugs, but she had gotten to the point where she'd heard there were so many different ways that you can get around that. Some ways I find to be so disgusting, and I'm like, y'all do the most just to pass a drug test. Like, I had a client one time who actually had this substance that does the exact same thing, but you put it in your hands, and while you're peeing, because, you know, a lot of the times they will have somebody watching you. Put it in your hands, and while you're doing this with it in your hands or whatever, you do this peeing into your hands, and it makes the pee that you're peeing into the cup, clean. Yeah, they have shampoos, they have medications, things that you can ingest, let me say it like that. They have powders that you can put in your hand, and gels. Like, there are so many different ways that you can get around a drug test. It is ridiculous. I cannot. But yeah, that heifer that was on my caseload used to wash her hair with this special shampoo, and we would always do a hair follicle analysis on her, because in the past she used to be so high off crack, cocaine, and it's like, girl, you still look the same. Your teeth still falling out. Everything that was happening before is still happening now when you were on the drugs, but you trying to make us believe that you ain't doing drugs no more. You just got hip. Somebody told you about ways to get around the drug testing situation, and that is all. Y'all, but anyway, because she didn't want to cut her hair. Like, if your hair is too short, then we can't do that. And we have to hope that if we end up just doing the urinalysis, that your urine will come up dirty to prove that you're not doing what you need to do to be deemed a fit father or mother for the children that have been removed from the home because you were doing the most out here in the first place. Y'all, but anyway, but yeah, she said that, she had already proven that she was not doing drugs and had not been doing drugs and all the other stuff. But I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I'm like, well, if she's ever done before, they have shampoos, they have things that can, detect that and kind of make it seem as though it never happened. So yeah, they actually took hair, like a nice little plug. They take a nice little plug of your hair, and her natural hair is a decent length, like it's a great length. So for her to go to that length in general to prove that she was not doing drugs, I appreciate the dedication. I'm just saying that there are things out there that can allow you to get around that. I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know if a lie detector test needed to have been administered, but I'm just saying. But anyway, on the live, Mariah was saying that because all that stuff happened, she just wishes that all the other executive producers were subjected to the same testing, because she's already proven that she's not doing anything. Everybody else should just prove they're not doing anything as well. You know what I'm saying? And she just didn't understand why everybody was so quick to believe these things, and why, Quad never received any repercussions behind her actions. Y'all, so the reason why I said that this was a good segue into this show was because Quad actually ended up doing the same thing that old girl who is the new boo for Tokyo Vanity's ex did. Exactly what she did. She had a lot of people, most people, believing that she had adopted or was in the process of adopting a little baby that has just been born. Well, I think like in April, a relative had a baby, and what has come out now is that the relative had the baby, and her mama are just, providing support for the baby, and, just trying to be great family members, and that's it. She's not doing anything. The mother is very present, and they're just being a support for the mama. That's it. So, and I'm just like, well, why was it that every time we looked around, every article that we were seeing was making it seem like she was speaking from a place of, this is a child that I'm bringing into my home that's going to be mine, that is mine. She's introducing this baby as hers. Y'all, it was a lot. But apparently all of that was a lie. And it took her, and I'm like, girl, why did it take you so long to come forward? And that's why, that's why a lot of people feel like she just made all that stuff up, and she did this on purpose. Just like a lot of people feel like old girl did that on purpose, who is the new boo to Tokyo Vanity's ex. Y'all, okay, so on to the shy. Y'all know that ever since the first episode of this new season, I have been asking y'all whether or not that woman is a trans woman. Well, an interview has been released, has happened. I don't know if she's done several, but I actually read where somebody did a write-up on her, and hopefully I will remember to put her name in this video because I've forgotten what her real name is. But Trig, who is Luke James's character, his girlfriend on the show, is who I'm referring to. She is playing a trans woman. Well, apparently she actually is trans in real life. She stated that over a year ago, she came out with it. She actually had gone to beauty school and was passing for a cisgendered woman and got her certification, did all that other stuff, and like for most of her life, everything that she's done, she has just passed for it. But like I said, she said that like around a little bit over a year ago, she came out with her truth, which is that she is a trans woman. So when this role came about for the Shy, she said that, she went out for the role, and in her mind, she kind of felt like, if I get this role, I have to realize that my truth is going to be out there. And I'm very aware of what has been going on. I'm very aware of the very violent climate that we're living in. Not just because she is black. Not just because she is deemed to be and have the pronoun of woman. Because she is a trans woman. That just makes it so much more dangerous for her. So yeah, she was just like, I've seen all these other trans women being killed just for being trans. And it's crazy because in a lot of instances, in most instances, these men knew exactly what it was from rip. A lot of the times these men know exactly what is happening before they even approach these trans women. So when somebody sees them and they get called out and all that, that's when they want to go crazy and act like, well, I didn't know, and then they kill them, and then like it seems as though nobody cares that they're being attacked and they're being killed, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, it is official. She actually is a trans woman. I don't have an issue with her being a trans woman. I don't have an issue with her being on this show. I am just curious about Luke James and, how he felt about it, because I'm pretty sure that she wanted to be forthcoming and the producers wanted all this stuff to be out in the open as well, because you already know that can lead to a very volatile work environment and nobody has time for that. So yeah, because I don't know how he identified. I don't know what he likes. You know what I'm saying? I already hinted around at the fact that I don't think he is all that. Like, I don't know what it is. He just be looking dusty a lot of times to me. And I mean, it just is what it is. Everybody ain't everybody's cup of tea. Just like if he were to look at me, he'd probably think I was the ugliest thing that ever was. So that's cool. And I get that. But I don't know. I don't know if he is considered to be straight, bi, there's just so many different things that people go by nowadays. It doesn't matter, but I'm just saying I am curious. I'm not even gonna lie. I am curious as to how he feels about this role, because he is really into that character. He's really into Trig's character. The last episode that aired, he was really into those scenes. Like, it was very believable. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like it was forced, like this scene that I just watched on the Oval. Oh Lord, I don't even want to get into that right now. But anyway, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I am curious about that. Okay, so for the record, she actually is a trans woman in real life. I know that I asked y'all before. Somebody commented and told me that she is trans on the show but is cisgendered in real life, but that is incorrect. She said out of her own mouth that she actually is a trans woman in real life as well. So yeah, y'all, something else in relation to the Shy came up. I am following the Shy's page, right, on Instagram, and this was the first time I've literally ever seen anything pop up for the Shy. So they were discussing the Shy, and they were talking about, you know, Keisha, and they were actually showing like a preview of the next episode. Y'all, the comment section been setting it off. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna show y'all what's going on, because I don't want to miss anything. All right, I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. Oh, that's cute, y'all. But anyway, where is it? Like that I don't know, y'all. I feel like I'm a cry before the end of this episode, before the end of this season. So they actually are showing a preview of next time, and they, you know, they show that I actually try my best not to even watch the previews for next time. I just cut it off before they even start doing it. But the preview for next time shows Keisha's mama and like everybody else like passing out flyers of her, and she's been missing for like 7 days, and it's bordering along the time where if you don't hurry up and find her, more than likely she's going to be deceased by the time they ever find her, if they do. And everybody's just tired. Y'all, the comment section has been setting it off. Y'all, I am here for Jacob. Jacob meaning the character Jacob, not Jacob. I'm here for Jacob Lattimore as well, who is Emmett, but I'm talking about the child who has the locks. Y'all, he done went off. He talking to Trig because Keisha is the focal point. She seems to be the one who's really going to be the focal point this season because of everything that has been going on. And he done went off. He is talking to Trig, and he basically is asking for Trig's help. And Jacob is like, man, I really need to help him. So he was like, man, I don't do nothing for nobody except family. He was like, that is my family. He went off. Kevin and Papa are really, all of them are really like an amazing family, but they are not blood related. It is amazing how their friendship has really blossomed. I am here for it, y'all. It is amazing. But it's a lot. Emmett out here, you know, passing out flyers too, because you know he loves her. He still loves her, like her, and all that stuff. Like, everybody's in their feelings. This is gonna be a crazy season, y'all. I gotta tell y'all how the comments looking, because people been setting it off in the comment section, and it's stuff that I've actually thought as well. They said, find Keisha. I love this show and how it touches on today's topics and current events. Find our black girls. That's something that I've always liked too about shows like this. It literally is stuff that is going on. All the sex trafficking, all this, it's just too much. The real sex trafficking, not Alexis Sky lying, talking about she's been sex trafficked. She's been in a sex trafficking situation. I don't believe her. We've already heard that she was a lie, and I don't even understand why Mona Scott Young sat up there and perpetuated that after it has already been proven that she was lying. But anyway, I digress. Y'all, somebody said what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say. Ronnie probably saw something but didn't do anything about it and is scared to say anything, which is why he should be on the show when they actually put the trash can sign next to him. Look like a person throwing something away in the trash can. When I tell you, I was like, you better say that, because that's the truth. That's exactly how I feel, y'all. I'm so tired of him. And then somebody right below it said, throw the whole show away at this point. Then they said, I need them to fix some plot holes this season, this episode, or I'm out. I can't stand Ronnie's trifling but every struggling neighborhood has a Ronnie. I would venture to say that every good neighborhood has a Ronnie. Then somebody said, facts. It shouldn't have been Ronnie instead of Reg. They said it should have been Ronnie instead of Reg. Like, a lot of people are really upset that the guy who plays Reg is gone. Speaking of, because I knew I was going to forget again. Glad I saw that comment. Old boy who played Reg, who is Jacob's brother, who was killed last season, he got on some form of social media, and he made a video for fans, and he was like, hey, how y'all doing? And he was shocked that he had like 100 and some or 200 and some people or 2,000, however many people was in the room, 200 and some or 2,000 and some people that came on. I think it was like 200 and some. He was so shocked. He was like, whoa, wow. But anyway, y'all, he was talking about how, you know, he is actually from Chicago for real in real life. And, you know, he always had a dream to, you know, be on the you know, small screen, possibly the big screen and all this other stuff too. And, you know, he really did enjoy the ride while he was on the show, all of that. One thing he didn't address is the rumors that have been going around as to whether or not the reason why he really left was because he was going to be the one who was supposed to be introduced to the transgendered woman, and he was going to have to be the one dating the transgendered woman. Now, if he said something else since then, the video that I saw like a week or less ago, he didn't say nothing about that at all. He didn't hint around at it. He was just like, it was his time to go and all of that. You're like, it was just all up. He said he appreciated everybody, and it was great. But yeah, y'all, I don't know how this is gonna go, but like I said, I really feel like before the end of the season, I'm going to be crying. I really do. I really do feel like I'm gonna be crying. The most gonna go on, especially if they don't find Keisha alive. I'm gonna be so done. I'm gonna be so tired. And if all this time we want to believe that, oh no, they wouldn't dare have Ronnie do this on top of everything else he's done, and then it ends up being him who's done something, you know, we all gonna be done. Y'all might as well hang it up and say this is the last season if Ronnie ends up being the raggedy person who has done something to Keisha. We don't even know if she's even gonna be alive. But like I said before, she's the focal point this season. After everything that happened with old boy over here with his, you know, ignorant scandals and stuff he ain't had no business doing, Jason Mitchell, they've had to take another turn figuring out what they're gonna do with the show. Taking it in another direction is what I was trying to say. But anyway, y'all, thank you for listening to me. Hopefully y'all got a better understanding of some of the things that I've discussed, and hopefully I was able to break down some stuff or bring some information to you that you didn't hear about yet. But anyway, I'm gonna see y'all later on, and I hope y'all are having a wonderful weekend. Y'all be safe.